All right, folks. We are back at Winsboro High School for game number 2 of the best of 3 series. The Hawks getting game 1 11-1. I see that judgmental look there, Jay Davis.
It's late.
Hawks with the win 11-1 to take game 1. The potentially deciding game 2. Pleasant Grove would like to get out of here with a win tonight. If this thing goes to 3, it will be on Friday night at Pleasant Grove. This time the Hawks will be the visiting team, and they will start to bat.
Yeah, a couple of these first pitches by Wyatt Martin has been a little low sidearm, so we may have a little bit different arm slot for Pleasant Grove Hawks to pick up on. But as normal, we'll have Brenton Clark batting in the 1 hole.
Brenton Clark starting it off for the Hawks, Jared Halter. And Spencer Browning, who is over at shortstop and third base, respectively, the 2 and 3 hole hitters. As you alluded to, number 10, Wyatt Martin, sophomore, getting the start on the bump for the Bears here in game number 2.
A little inside there, Brenton Clark.
So Brenton looks at ball 1. This one a hard hit over the shortstop's head. And Brenton Clark will start game 2 off with a base hit. Hudson Childers, you can tell he's done his homework a little bit. He's been right in there on a couple of Brenton Clark hits. That time he was in position, and that ball just carried a little bit too far for him to get to, but he was playing far back there at shortstop. Was on the right line, but the ball carried over his head. And so Clark on base. And that'll bring up the shortstop, Jarrett Halter, the winning pitcher from the last game.
Halter takes a first ball showing bunt. Just had an update on the Texas High game where they came up short 1-0, so they will be battling it out for a 2-game win to continue on.
And I guess, are they playing on Friday night? Is that their next? I believe so, yeah. Friday night, 2 games on Friday night. Doty, our wonderful producer over here, a Texas High alum himself. 2-0 the count now to Jared Halter.
Brenton Clark staying towards first.
Ball 3 from Wyatt Martin, as that one just a little bit outside to Halter.
Wyatt's pitched 28 innings so far this season. Comes in with a 3.45 ERA. A 4-pitch walk to Jarrett Halter. So now we have runners on first and second. Spencer Browning coming up to bat.
No outs. Spencer Browning with a couple of big hits in that last game.
And the wind has picked up just a little bit from the first game. Continues to go directly out to center field.
The Hawks have changed from the home gold jerseys now to the away gray pinstripes. As the third baseman, Browning, looks at ball 1, a little bit high. Cade Martin on deck now for Pleasant Grove.
Yeah, Leland Morgan coming in from first base to play the bunt, but Browning not showing that yet.
This one low and outside, gets away from the catcher. Brenton Clark is in safe. Boy, the catcher got it there in time, and the third baseman just unable to get there. That's Dante Wright
Yeah, Brenton Clark sliding just under the tag, tagged him a little bit high on the thigh to get in there safe for a little double steal there.
Boy, it looked to me like he might have been dead to rights as he was coming in there, but yeah, did a great job of just getting underneath that one. And so now the Hawks with 2 runners in scoring position. No outs for the big man, Spencer Browning, up in the count 2-0. Again, that little low sidearm delivery.
Yeah, the first game tonight, Pleasant Grove had some success in the first inning, but they left all 3 Hawks on the base path.
Yeah, you know, we talked about it, really 9 runs in 1 inning, then 2 in the final inning. Other than that, a little bit inconsistent. And now the Hawks once again, this time 3 Hawks on the bag, but no outs. As the big catcher, Cade Martin,
Number 24, Cade Martin,
comes up, and Brownsboro's coach wants to come out and have a talk with his sophomore hurler, Wyatt Martin. Maybe just try to calm him down a little bit. Because this, let the Hawks get up here, no outs. Big Cade Martin up, and this thing can get out of hand.
Yeah, they're
in a hurry.
Their shortstop, Childers, has the next most number of innings pitched and is actually leading the team with the lowest ERAs. So you've got to assume that they were saving him for a 3rd game if necessary. But
yeah,
we may see him.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of a short lease on Martin.
If Martin's not able to get out of this with that much bloodshed.
Childers has a pretty gnarly brace on that right knee, too. I don't know if he's a football guy, too, or what, but something there. Big swing from Cade Martin, and I think he was trying to maybe get a 4-bagger with that one, a little bit upset with himself. Just went over the top of that pitch for strike 1. Puts a shot on this one. It'll be between 3rd and short. 1 will score. Now the 2nd coming in. It's Elrod, and he is safe. Brenton Clark and Jarrett Halter, rather, both get across home. And the Hawks now with runners on 1st and 2nd, no outs. And an early 2-0 lead here in the top of the 1st. Hunter Rose now, the center fielder, up to bat for the Hawks.
Yeah, I don't know if that throw would have had enough speed to get to the catcher without the pitcher cutting that off, but the pitcher cutting that off definitely allowed an easy score for Halter there.
Definitely would have made for a little bit closer play, that's for sure. Rose looks at ball 1 high. This pitcher checks back to 2nd. No one there to cover the base and try to keep the batter on. Hunter Rose.
Pretty thankful for this net.
Yeah. You know, although I'm looking at this net and I got some places that have been tied back together where there were some holes, I'd prefer them not to make a new one right here in front of me. That's for sure. 1-1 now. The count to the sophomore Rose from the left side. This one off speed right down the middle. And Wyatt Martin now ahead in the count, 1-2.
Bears fans wanting a double play here.
Browning on 2nd. Cade Martin on 1st for the Hawks. No outs here in the bottom of the 1st. This one low. It'll be in ball 2. The count's knotted up once again. Martin checks Browning at 2nd. No one there as he dances around. This one high and outside, and the catcher stands up. Try to see if Spencer was going to break for 3rd. Not sure if that was an intentional pitch out or just turned into one, but here we are. Full count for the center fielder, Hunter Rose. This one low and inside, ball 4, and the Hawks have the bases once again loaded. This time the designated hitter, Buck Anderson, stepping into the box. He'll bat from the right side. He's batting for the pitcher, Luke Flanagan, who will start for the Hawks on the bump. Buck looks at strike 1 as Martin paints the outside corner.
Yeah, good outside pitch there that just hangs on just enough to get that strike.
And this one right down the middle. See, Coach Fincher looked at him and said, "You got to swing the bat."
Well, and these sidearm pitchers definitely have just a different slot that you really don't face a lot each year.
0-2 to Buck, and this one comes behind his head. And he stands still.
It was almost a foul ball.
Yeah, off the back of the bat there. 1-2 now. Anderson fouls this one off and to the right. It'll be over near the light pole on the right field line. Catcher Snyder will take the ball out to the pitcher Martin, kind of talk over with him their strategy here. Again, Hawks with the bases loaded. Spencer Browning is on third. Cade Martin is on second. Hunter Rose on first on the base pass for the Hawks. No outs here in the top half of the first, game number 2. Anderson with a hit toward right field. Floating. Carson Dingler gets under it. Able to pull it down. Mr. Browning checks up at third, and he gets across. So it'll be a sacrifice fly for Buck Anderson. And the Hawks lead it 3-0. Men on second and third now for Walker Wright. He's the right fielder. As he makes his way up, he's batting 7th. Next 2 batters up are Jace Elrod and Ty Boozer. Hawks with 1 away, men on the corners. Walker Wright looks at ball 1 in the dirt. Tells Cade Martin to stay put at third. The Hawks scored in this position earlier in the game. They got the guy on first running around, and that allowed the man on third to come in and score. This time Wright looks at strike 1. Again, right there on the outside corner, and so Wyatt Martin really able to utilize that outside part of the plate here early in this ball game. Pick up some strikes. 1-1. He fires back over, trying to keep Hunter Rose in check over there, and you feel like Hunter's probably trying to maybe distract him a little bit or get him thinking about him coming that way. This one low and outside, and boy, Snyder, the catcher, does a good job to keep that thing in front of him. You've got Cade Martin standing down there on third, just waiting for something to dribble past the catcher.
Yeah, Martin just throwing his 26th pitch still in this first inning.
Right now, with a little chopper over to the shortstop. He fires to first, gets there in time. Bang, bang play to get out Walker Wright, but once again, ground out from Wright will score a runner. And the Hawks lead it 4-0 now as Cade Martin comes across, and now Jace Elrod steps into the box, the 8-hole hitter, playing left field. He has Hunter Rose in scoring position on second. Rose with a big lead out there at second. This one outside. Martin's done a good job working the outside of the plate to righties. Over on the left side. That one a little too far outside. He looks back at Hunter Rose at second. This one inside now on Elrod and low.
Elrod wisely telling his base runner to stay there for the low pitch.
Elrod, hard hit. Second baseman gets it. Throw is in time. But the Hawks do damage in the first. 4 runs across. 1 man left on. And Pleasant Grove leads it 4-0 after the first half of 1. We'll take a break. You're watching Pleasant Grove Hawk Baseball on Texarkana Game Day.
My name is Doug Willett. I own M&M Tire and Auto Center. We've been here for over 40 years. We're just a mom and pop place. We service any type of vehicle that you can think of. We do front end alignments. We've got the best front end alignment machine guys here. And we also do AC work for the new Freon, which is the 1234 FY. We do that too. Plus tires. Now that's the major thing. Cooper Tire employees, we're really special with them. We give you 15% off, plus also you get your Goodyear employee refunds back on your tires, which is great for you. Extra value is what you get when you buy from Doug Willett. Don't worry, my guys will take care of you too.
All right, welcome back here to Winsboro. Luke Flanagan, the man on the mound, getting the start tonight for Pleasant Grove in this game, too. His battery partner, Cade Martin, the senior back at catcher. Number 19, Spencer Browning at third base. Jarrett Halter, number 4 at shortstop. Brenton Clark at second, wearing number 2. Ty Boozer, number 28 at first. Walker Wright, wearing number 10, will be in right field. Hunter Rose, number 1 at center field. Chase Elrod, number 6 in left field. The designated hitter is Buck Anderson. He wears number 23, and he will be hitting tonight for the pitcher, Luke Flanagan. Up first for the Bears, number 4, Hudson Childers. He's the senior shortstop out there for Brownsboro. Flanagan, the tall righty. And that one tails just a little bit too far outside for ball 1, outside and high. This one down the middle, high hit. Walker Wright moving over underneath it, and he's able to make the catch. And the Hawks quickly with 1 out here in the bottom of the first. Wright came in, pinch ran for Cade Martin a couple of times in the last game. But he is a familiar face out there manning right field for the Hawks.
Yeah, Flanagan coming in tonight 6-0 with 38 strikeouts in 38 innings pitched.
Harley Peacock, the freshman designated hitter. He is hitting out there for their pitcher, Wyatt Martin. And he swings at strike number 2, fouled off number 1, the big swing at strike number 2. He's a good-looking kid for a freshman. And Flanagan gets him in 3 pitches, big swing and a miss. Luke Flanagan showing some control here in the first inning of this game. Next up, number 7, Carson Dingler. He was the man on the pump for the Bears in the last game. He's playing right field this time out. This one on that outside corner. We saw Martin getting that call, and Flanagan says, I think I'll take some of that as well. Now Dingler crowding the plate from the right side. 1-1. This one a little bit too far outside and down for Luke.
Yeah, Cade was set up on the outside, just leaked it just a little bit.
Same spot again, just a little bit too far outside, and maybe they'll try to get Cade to set up a little bit inside, and he's getting the calls via the headset from Coach Fincher. This one inside. Big swing and a miss, so a couple of outside throws, and then that one right at the knees and kind of twisted Carson Dingler up inside. And that one about as close as you can get and still be a ball, I think, and that's one of those that all the Brownsboro fans say, oh, yeah, it was a ball. And every Hawk fan in the place thinks it was a strike. 3-2 now. Foul ball. Back over the Brownsboro stands on the right field side.
Yeah, that pitch was definitely close to being a ball, but when it's 3-2, you're just going to fight that and face another pitch. Foul that off.
Full count here with 2 outs, and that one a little bit low. And Dingler will draw a walk. And so the Bears with a man on base
Carson Crosby.
here in the bottom of the first frame. Carson Crosley now, number 3. Up to bat, he's playing left field. He's a sophomore for Brownsboro.
Yeah, Crosby did not have a hit in the first game.
Able to check his swing on that one again, just outside, and so Flanagan really trying to get those outside calls, and he's had 2 or 3 pitches just a little bit too far outside. This one is now going to get past Martin, and it's going to allow Dingler to move over to second.
Well, you got Ty Boozer coming over just to remind Flanagan, hey, look at this infield. You've got some dudes behind you. Just pitch your game and let the ball be put in play.
So now the Bears with a man in scoring position. 2-0 the count now for Flanagan to Crosby. And again, this one outside, and so that fastball just tailing away from Flanagan just a little bit too far. Now on a 3-0 count. And now he gets the call right there on the edge. Pulled it in just enough. Jared Halter making some calls to the infield from the shortstop position out there. And now ball 4 again. This one a little bit far outside, and Coach Fincher going to come out and talk to his sophomore pitcher, Flanagan, and maybe try to calm the nerves a little bit. You can tell what they're trying to do, working that outside corner there, but just maybe tailing away from him just a little bit too far. I don't know if he's amped up a little bit, maybe a little bit too much velocity or what it is.
Well, and that's what I was going to mention. His velocity has definitely been on the high side from what I've seen him pitch this year, and so I think it's just, once again, you just trust the guys behind you and stay within what you're asked to do.
Throw strikes and good stuff will happen.
Yeah, and you got 2 outs, so no harm, no foul to this point.
2 men on the base now for the Bears. The man up is number 20, Lincoln Burton. He's the center fielder. And this one, a little off-speed pitch right down the middle for strike 1.
Yeah, good-looking pitch. Keep these Bears off that back foot with that off-speed curveball. Once again,
that was
coming
off
off
the
table.
Pitch, yeah. Man, just fell down, almost bounced off the plate. That's one of those that looks the size of a grapefruit coming straight at you down the middle. Beautiful pitch there on the 0-1 by Flanagan. This one a little bit low. Batter able to lay off of it.
And no fastballs pitched to Snyder to this point.
This one just a little outside again.
Oh, this is Burton. I called the wrong name.
Yeah, Lincoln Burton. The 2-2. High hit. And Jace Elrod coming up from left field, able to pull it in. And so the Bears get some men on base, unable to get anybody across. And
we are excited to announce here at Texarkana Emergency Center and Hospital that we have expanded our capabilities to better serve our community. As a hospital, we have the capability for inpatient services. After your outstanding emergency care, we can smoothly transition you into one of our new inpatient rooms that have telemetry monitors in every room to continue your concierge medicine care. While our patients continue receiving their care in their inpatient suites, we also make sure that your loved ones are taken care of with our outstanding facilities. Our added services include a procedure room and also the capability of MRIs. With our imaging, we are able to offer outpatient, inpatient, and emergency room, MRI, CT, ultrasound, and X-ray. We are honored by your support and look forward to serving all your future medical needs.
all right, welcome back here to Winsboro. Ty Boozer, the 9-hole hitter, next up for the Hawks. He'll be followed by Brenton Clark and Jarrett Halter. Pleasant Grove put up 4 runs in the first against the sophomore Wyatt Martin. Here in game 2 of a doubleheader. Pleasant Grove won the first game 11-1. Take a 1-0 lead in the best-of-3 series here versus Brownsboro. A win in this game. And the Hawks are through to round 2 of the playoffs. And Boozer fouls off, strike 1. Off the left field side.
Landon West makes a good play on the foul ball.
Himself involved out there. He's not playing right field this game. So this ball just inside. Even the count at 1 now. Boozer, foul ball straight back. This will land right near the entrance of this park. And Boozer in a hole 1-2.
Yeah, Boozer had some hard-hit ground outs in the first game.
And that time, he takes a not too hard hit to the left bicep, and so Ty Boozer gets a walk the tough way. Hit by a pitch, and now Brenton Clark will turn the lineup over and will bat for the second time in as many innings as he comes to the plate with 1 man on and no outs.
Second inning in a row where the first person up to bat gets on first.
Clark gets around on this one. And he hit the catcher's glove there. He went, I think maybe he hit it on the follow through though. He got around on that ball.
Actually had the umpire turn around to a
Yeah,
parent.
he
and
did.
Typically, you don't see them do that.
I'm not sure he was a big fan of what was being said. The 0-1 now to Clark. And a big swing and a miss. That one was probably just a little bit too far outside as it tailed away from the left-handed Clark. Now he's down 0-2. Ty Boozer. It's a short lead over there off of first.
A lot of room on that left side, though.
Clark fouls this one off to left field. Again, it was on the outside half of the plate. Maybe just kind of plays some defense there, and a hard shot foul left. If that one straightened out just a little bit, it would be bouncing off the scoreboard somewhere back there.
Ty Boozer back on first. Britton Clark dug in. Boozer being held on first base. A lot of room on that right side of the infield.
And Clark asks for time. He gets it. To make the catcher think about it a little bit. And I tell you, it doesn't look like Wyatt Martin is even glancing over at Ty Boozer over there at first. This one lifted high to left. It's in foul territory, but the left fielder has a chance to get it, and he does. And that'll be the first out of the inning. A big fly out there by Brenton Clark, and now Jarrett Halter comes up to bat with one man on and one out.
Now batting number 4.
There was a throw to first base, but Boozer gets back on. Looks like the coach is actually going to come out and talk to the umpire about something.
Are they thinking that Boozer didn't get back in time, or what are we?
I mean, what's the call?
So it was a high out just in foul territory that the left fielder was able to get and then try to check back up. And
Well, the Bears are saying that he touched second
Yep.
and then didn't touch second again before he returned back to first base. But I do not think that he had made it to.
yeah, I don't think he got that far.
I think maybe 4/5 of the way.
He was close.
He was close.
I'll let you do the fractions, being the math guy.
So Halter digging back in.
One and away for the Hawks now. One man on first. And that man, Boozer, is going to be thrown out. Tried to steal second. May have started moving just a little bit too early before the pitcher got too far into his pitch. And Martin was able just to turn around and throw it over there to Childers and had plenty of time to get Boozer out. And so now it's 2 away for the Hawks. Empty bases now for Jarrett Halter. This one low, ball 1. Now Martin quickly back, set and ready. This one outside for ball 2. That one carrying just a little bit too far away from the right-handed hitting Halter. Halter, a little chopper to third, and Dante Wright unable to pull that one in. And booted off the top of his glove and went out into left field, and so Jarrett Halter is now on first base. And now you go back to Boozer being thrown out. You'd have had a man on first and second with one out for Spencer Browning. We'll see what Browning here, the third baseman, can do here in the top of 2.
It looks like the flag in center field is draping straight down, so it doesn't look like there's much help at all going out to center field, but Spencer Browning doesn't need assistance.
No, he's got some pop, but yeah, it did. The air got a little still, a little bit sticky. Crowd maybe feels a little bit tired behind us too. We'll see if some fireworks can get some people fired up and back into this. This one bounces on the ground, and boy, Halter had made a good jump, and I think he had committed to going back to first base before that ball bounced around, and he just trotted back over to first.
Spencer way ahead in the count, 2-0.
There is a big gap between center and left field as Spencer looks at strike 1 there on the outside corner. I think he was a little bit upset with himself on that one. Probably felt like he had something he could do something with based on his reaction. And Jared Halter was headed to second on that with foul ball. He'll trot back over to first, and we'll reset the whole thing. Count now tied at 2 apiece.
Well, and the flagpole is
starting to move again.
Waving the flag now, so a little breeze going out to center field, maybe a little bit left center field.
Yeah, a little light breeze wouldn't hurt my feelings right now. This one, a little left of left field, as Browning sends this one over toward the football stadium here at Winnsboro. Got around just a little bit too quick on that one. Count still 2-2. This one out wide. And the runner Halter is there, and that's 2 Hawks thrown out on the base paths in this inning as the catcher Snyder was able to hit Hudson Childers and catch Jared Halter trying to get to second. We're through 1.5, and the Hawks lead 4-0. We'll take a break. You're watching Pleasant Grove Hawk baseball on Texarkana Game Day.
Whether you're looking for a new or pre-owned car, truck, or SUV, or maybe a new or pre-owned boat or RV, care for a car wash, had a fender bender, or you need service on your vehicle, boat, or RV, we have it all when you let us exceed your expectations at Greg Orr Auto, Marine, and RV in Shreveport, Texarkana, and Ashdown. Shop hassle-free and always be treated like family while choosing from our sensational selection. In Shreveport, visit Orr Acura, or BMW, or Cadillac, or Infiniti, and the Greg Orr Pre-Owned Supercenter. In Texarkana, Mercedes-Benz of Texarkana, Classic Buick GMC, Classic Cadillac, Classic Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Classic Kia, Classic Mazda, Classic Pre-Owned, The Classic Car Wash, Greg Orr Marine and RV, Greg Orr Collision, and Classic Chevrolet in Ashdown. Or visit gregorrauto.com.
All right, welcome back here to Winnsboro. Bottom of the second as Hunter Schneider, number 9, steps into the box for the Bears. Luke Flanagan on the mound for the Hawks, and Schneider will look at ball 1, just a little bit outside. Flanagan quickly back with it, a big swing and a miss. Knotted up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Do want to say a special congratulations to the class of 2024, top 25%. Their academic banquet was tonight. And so those students able to select a teacher who made a big impact on them. And so I've seen lots of pictures of teachers and students and all that. And just a great achievement by those young men and women. And I doubt if a couple of the seniors on this baseball team probably would have been there as well, Jay. But they're here trying to get a win there. So those of you that are joining us online after that event, congratulations to both the teachers and the students as well. This hit, fly ball out into right field. Walker Wright, sophomore, slides over underneath that one. It'll be the first out of the second inning here. And that'll bring up number 1, Leland Morgan. He's a sophomore first baseman for the Bears. But, yeah, always a great event that's put on by the Education Foundation there for the Hawks.
Well, it's always good to see the students celebrate, a teacher that's had a good impact on their education career.
Morgan with a foul ball, strike 1. Looks at ball 2. This one a little bit low. A lot of things are going to be low on Morgan.
Morgan's a big boy.
Luke Flanagan, a little off speed, right down the middle. And now Luke works ahead in the count 1-2.
Yeah, Luke's off-speed pitches have just been very, very good tonight.
Strike 3 right on that outside corner, and boy, that's the pitch he's been trying to dial in there, and he's been right on the edge of it all night long. Gets that one that time, and big strikeout for out number 2. That'll bring up number 5, Dante Wright. He's the third baseman. And he looks at ball 1 inside. And that one gets past Cade Martin a little bit, but there's nobody on the on the base path. Ooh, and that one gets past Martin again. It's a little bit low and bounces off the ankle there of the umpire. Although he's got something on his feet. He got some RoboCop ankles going on or something, so I guess he's okay. But
He got something on his shoulders, too.
yeah, big old chip. Ball 3 now to Wright. This one right down the middle. Yeah, you have a couple people asking questions, and he seems a little eager maybe to turn around and engage some more than you see with some umpires. Strike 2, though, and Luke Flanagan trying to dig himself out of a hole and now has this thing at a full count, 3-2. Here to Dante Wright. And that one just a little bit low. Cade Martin did everything he could to try to help his pitch get that call. Number 13 now. And strike number 1 against Bobby Dobbs, the second baseman.
Yeah, once Luke gets control of this fastball, and that's 2 in a row, his confidence level has got to get to the peak with that happening.
Yep.
With the way that his breaking ball and off-speed pitch is going tonight, to have all 3 of those that he can go to and hit his spots. You know, first inning we saw a couple of those on the outside that were just close, but it looks like he's getting that dialed back in. See what Dobbs can do with a runner on first base with 2 outs.
The 0-2 now from Flanagan. This one a little bit high. Anderson pops up and looks back to first base as they make the batter get back. Ty Boozer covering the base there. Strike 3 now from Flanagan, and the Hawks are through 2, leading 4-0. We'll take a break. You're watching Pleasant Grove Hawk Baseball on Texarkana Game Day.
Craving Tex-Mex that tastes like home? Look no further than Tamales Mexican Kitchen. Family owned and operated since 1992, we bring Texarkana the freshest flavors this side of the border. We use only the highest quality ingredients, with fresh vegetables chopped daily. Our salsa is made from scratch with steam-peeled Roma tomatoes for a taste that explodes with flavor. We don't settle for anything less than USDA All-American meats, like our signature skirt steak fajitas. Every dish is made with love, from our kitchen to your table. Make Tamales your go-to spot for Taco Tuesdays, Enchilada Wednesdays, or any day you're craving a taste of home. Tamales Mexican Kitchen. Real, fresh Tex-Mex, tastes like home.
Welcome back to Winsboro as we head into the top of the third in game number 2 here. Pleasant Grove leading at 4-0. The Hawks did win game 1 11-1 if you're just joining us. And so they lead 1-0 in this best of 3 series. Trying to see if they can put an end to this one here tonight. We want to say congratulations to Liberty Isle Leopards from across town. They get a win tonight over Chapel Hill. They lead that series 1-0. That one will be decided on Friday with 2 more games. Texas High falls tonight 1-0. And they will play on Friday, needing to win 2 to get out of their bi-district matchup. Coming up now for Pleasant Grove, number 19 is third baseman Spencer Browning. This one a little bit low. It'll be ball 1.
This is Spencer's third time to see the pitcher since Hawk was thrown out during his at-bat the last inning.
On deck for the Hawks is Cade Martin. So Cade has come out from being catcher. Buck Anderson is now behind the plate for the Hawks, but Cade will be serving as DH and still batting in his cleanup position. This one a high hit by Anderson. It carries the first baseman over into foul territory, and Leland Morgan is unable to get underneath that one. And so Browning will have life again, and you can see he's talking to himself coming back. He knows he got away with one there. So he'd like to get around on one here.
Yeah, as high as that ball was hit and the way that the wind was blowing, it definitely was a little tough to get under that one.
Put you in a rough spot, and you're kind of on an island by yourself with a lot of people watching. This one chopped over to left, just foul. As he went to the opposite side of the field from his last hit, and the count remains 1-2.
Yeah, Spencer looking to get one in the groove that he can drive.
Wyatt Martin now with his 52nd pitch of the ball game. The sophomore hurler, and this one again popped up to the right side into the foul territory, and that time Morgan just overran it and could never find it. I just think he never saw where the ball was when it was in the air. You know, I was talking to, we're talking about these LED lights, and I was talking to the guy today that was putting those in, and I was asking about these lights that shoot up, and he said, well, they work well if the ball's between the top lights and the bottom lights. He said, but you would have to have just as many shooting up as you do down to get any kind of real coverage. And now Browning hits this one back to the left side, and Hunter Rose does a nice little hop, skip, and a jump to keep himself from getting hit with the ball. And he's been hit a few times this evening. He probably thinks this ball has something personally against him.
Spencer's seen a few pitches, so
yeah.
You know he's got to understand this arm slot coming from the side.
He knows what he wants. And that wasn't it, and that's going to be ball 2. And it's 2-2, and I tell you, Spencer's he talks to himself the whole time he's up there. You can tell he's talking through his progressions and reminding himself of what he needs to do. Probably years of coaching rolling through those heads. And I don't know how he laid off of that one, Jay Davis.
That was a good-looking pitch. Low and outside.
Yeah, a little low and outside.
It's got to be the call, but that was definitely
it's been hard for me to lay off of that one. And he lays off of this one, and it's ball 4, and so he, with a long at-bat.
Second walk of the night for Spencer Browning.
And he gets back to first base, no outs, as Cade Martin
Now batting number 24.
comes up now to bat from the right side. He's in at DH now, as he's getting spelled at catcher by Buck Anderson.
Third inning in a row for Pleasant Grove, getting the first batter on first base.
Fair ball just over third base. Cade Martin's going to have extras. Nope, they're going to hold up Browning at second. I think Coach Fincher thought that left fielder got over to that one quick enough to maybe make the play at third base interesting, and so he holds up Spencer Browning. But a good hard hit, and boy, that thing was just fair as it bounced over third base. 4 umpire crew out here, and so he, third base umpire, quickly calling that fair. Hawks on first and second now for Hunter Rose. Sophomore center fielder batting from the left side. This one far outside. And it'll be 1-0.
Looks like first and third baseman both playing a couple of steps in from their normal spots. Just wanting to try to get at least one out. Possibly turn 2.
Martin looks back at Browning. Hunter Rose wants to lay down a bunt instead. Tries to hit me in the forehead. He heard me talking about him getting hit, and he says, what about you, Mr. Fry? I'll try to hit you with the ball. One and one now, the count.
No coverage on the bases that the Hawks are on, so they'll get good leads.
High hit over into foul territory on the left side, and the third baseman, Dante Wright, able to pull that one in. And so there's one out now.
Now batting number 20.
As Buck Anderson, the catcher, will step in. Hawks still on first and second. One away now in the top of the third.
Buck's had a good night tonight with 2 triples, has a chance to add 2 more RBIs on his day. It's another triple.
Buck, hard hit to third. Steps on it there, out. First, out. And a double play ends the inning. Good defense by the Bears, and they escape as the Hawks threatened with 2 on the bags. We'll go to the bottom of the third. Pleasant Grove leading it 4-0. We'll take a break. You're watching Pleasant Grove Hawk Baseball on Texarkana Game Day.
Texar is a community-first credit union which has served members in and around the Texarkana area since 1951.
Having 3 offices and employing almost 100 people, today Texar serves citizens of Cass, Bowie, Little River, Miller, Red River, and Lamar counties.
Through the years, we've had many different names.
From our humble beginnings as Bowie County Teachers Credit Union to where we are today.
We are honored to offer our members quality service with exceptional products.
We also take pride in staying one step ahead when it comes to introducing the latest and greatest in banking technology.
From personal to commercial banking.
And turning houses into homes.
We believe in banking made easy.
To make life easier for you.
We are through 2.5 here in Winsboro. Pleasant Grove with a 4-0 lead. They scored 4 in the first. Been held scoreless in the second. 2 after that. Luke Flanagan has pitched 2 innings of shutout baseball as he makes his way up here in the bottom of the third. Buck Anderson is now behind the plate. As they get warmed up, he gets it over to Jared Halter at shortstop as we get ready to start the bottom of the third. Stepping in now, number 4, the leadoff man for Brownsboro, Hudson Childers.
Yeah, he flew out in the first inning.
Childers, a senior shortstop. Dingler out in right field, who pitched in the first game, the only other senior on this team for Brownsboro.
Speed gets in there for a strike.
Childers looks at strike 1. This one bounces off the dirt. 1-1. And so Coach Fincher trying to get Buck Anderson some experience there behind the plate. Of course, Cade Martin, one of the seniors for Pleasant Grove, who will have to be replaced next year. Probably expect Buck to get the nod back there most of the time. So we're getting him some playoff experience out here. And this one a little bit low as it gets under Anderson. And that one, I'm not sure is on him as it bounced off the dirt. 3-1 now.
And that one had a little velocity behind it.
Hard hit to right field. Walker Wright floating back and under it. And that's out number 1 as Childers puts a shot on the ball. It falls probably about 317 feet. And the wall is 320, and Walker Wright able to see that one in.
Yeah, and that's basically what he did in the first inning, flying out to right.
Harley Peacock in now. He is the DH, a freshman for the Bears. And he's down 0-1. Foul ball. Strike 2. As Flanagan works ahead in the count now. Foul ball.
Yeah,
over the net back behind us.
Yeah, good-looking pitch there.
Foul ball again. This one straight back into the net. So Flanagan 4 strikes in a row here against the DH Peacock. He's been able to fight off the last 2 to keep this at-bat alive. This one outside. He comes around on it. Brenton Clark fields it at second. Over to Boozer at first. And the Hawks have 2 outs here in the bottom of the 3rd. Clark did a good job of just waiting on that ball to get there. Makes the quick throw over to Ty Boozer. And now the Bears will send up number 7, the other senior on this team, Carson Dingler. He's playing right field. He steps in with 2 outs on the board. Little chopper, foul ball toward third base. Browning scoop it up out here in foul territory. Dingler did reach first on a base hit in the first inning. The 0-1 now from Flanagan. Deep hit to center. Hunter Rose stands and waits on it and makes the catch. And the Hawks retire them in order in the bottom of the 3rd. We'll go to the top of the 4th. Pleasant Grove leading it 4-0. We'll take a break. You're watching Pleasant Grove Hawk Baseball on Texarkana Game Day.
Diamond Bank walks with its customers through every step of life, side by side. From the first checking account in high school to the first home or business loan, Diamond Bank is committed to helping you with all of your financial needs. Diamond Bank's growth is the result of the growth of our customers, and we want to help you feel that same growth. We are proud to have the ability to give back to our local school districts, community organizations, veterans, customers, and more in a multitude of ways. Come discover the Diamond Bank difference with local people making local decisions for our local community. Stop by our current location in Texarkana at 5714 Richmond Road or visit us online at www.diamond.bank to see our products and services. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender.
All right, folks, welcome back here to Winsboro, Texas, and beautiful ballpark, beautiful night for some baseball. Winsboro has really done a great job with these facilities, Jay. I was texting back and forth with their superintendent, Dave Wilcox, and, of course, he's a Hooks guy from around there, but folks around Pleasant Grove that know Miss Ashley Barker, that's her older brother. I don't know if she wants everybody to know that, but here we are. But no, Dave's a good guy, and he was texting earlier and just said, man, anything y'all need, just let me know, and we'll make sure y'all get it taken care of. Walker right now. The right fielder steps in for the Hawks. He's going to foul off the first pitch. It'll be strike 1. Due up in this inning, Walker right, followed by Jace Elrod, the left fielder, and then Ty Boozer, the first baseman. 7, 8, 9 hitters set to appear for the Hawks here in the top of the 4th. Pitch low and outside from Martin. Evens the count now at 1-1.
Tell Mr. Wilcox I'll take 6 runs.
Yeah, they got the lights on for us, and he sent me a text and told me where to find the hidden key next time, so we won't have to wait for it if it happens again. And we've played several games down here, so we may make our way back here to Winsboro. Easy for you to say, right? This one, way inside, actually went behind Walker, right?
That's a second pitch tonight.
Yeah,
you're using the whole plate and then some.
I guarantee you. 3-1 now the count. Right with a shot just over the shortstop's head. It'll be fielded by the left fielder, but Walker right with a single to start the top of the 4th, and the Hawks with a man on for Jace Elrod coming up. Left-handed batter playing left field tonight.
The Hawks are 4 for 4, getting the first batter on first base tonight.
See if we can turn it into runs again like we did in the first. bunt now from Elrod, and he puts this one down beautifully. The catcher, Snyder, comes up, throws out Elrod at first, but it moves the runner over. Elrod does exactly what he's supposed to do, and now Walker Wright is in scoring position, and Ty Boozer, who you talked about earlier, leads the team in doubles. Makes his way up here, the 9-hole hitter, who has had a fantastic season so far for Pleasant Grove.
Yeah, his first at bat, he was hit and then thrown out shortly after getting on first base.
Ball in the dirt, and that's going to allow Walker Wright to get over to third as Snyder was having a hard time picking that one up. Did do a good job to keep that ball from getting all the way away from him. Might have started looking at the runner before he saw the ball into his hand to try to make a throw, and so now the Hawks with a man 90 feet away. Boozer, a shot to second base. The throw is in time, but Walker Wright's work on the bases puts him in position to score, and so Ty Boozer will be credited with a sacrifice. Walker Wright scores a run, and the Hawks lead 5-0. Now we turn the lineup over, and once again, Brenton Clark is up to bat. He flew out in his last at-bat. This one, a little bit low, right down the middle. 1-0 the count now. This one bounces off the dirt. Snyder again keeps it in front of him. Nobody on the bases, so use the butts. He's showing a little bit of his frustration. 2-0 now to Brenton Clark. What you don't want to do is get caught in a situation where you have to pipe one to him, because he can make you pay. This one, though, a shot to the first baseman, and boy, it had some velocity on it. And Leland Morgan having a little bit of a rough night here in this second game, and unable to see that one in. Kind of bounced off of his leg. He might be shaking up just a little bit, but that ball was humming by the time that it got over there to him.
Yeah, a good rip down the right side for Brenton, and then he's ready to be advanced by Jarrett Halter here.
Halter steps in now with 2 outs and a man on first. Now I see Ashley Barker's watching. She must have heard I was talking about her. That ball outside.
And you'll get called into the office too.
Yeah, I'm going to be in trouble. I'm going to be in trouble. All good things to say. For sure. Halter now looks at 1-0 from Martin. Fouls this one off back behind him. He wanted that one back, and Halter felt like that was one he could do something with. A little bit angry with himself there as he steps out of the box and expresses some of that displeasure. 1-1 now. 2 outs now. The Hawks with a man on first. Little shot right back to the second baseman, and he's able to step on first. That's Bobby Dobbs making the play for Brownsboro. The Hawks send 5 men to the dish. They do get one across. Pleasant Grove leads it 5-1. We head to the bottom of the 4th. We'll take a break. You're watching Pleasant Grove Hawk baseball on Texarkana Game Day.
Hi, I'm Brooklyn Stevens, General Manager and Marketing Director for Local Habit Coffee Company. Local Habit exists to spark a revival of local communities and the beauty they inherently possess by bringing people together over exceptional third-wave coffee. We then want them to take the joy and good vibes they get from us out into their local town and go make something good happen.
One of our top priorities is providing exceptional customer service. We want to make sure our customers left better than when they came in. Our customers should walk away thinking about how incredible their coffee was, how nice and genuine their barista was, and how inviting and comforting our space is.
Come by today and enjoy a hot cup of coffee with us.
Welcome back here to Winsboro. My bad, I thought they were lit up. And seeing that ad from Local Habit, man, I could use a little coffee this evening.
A little cold brew?
A little cold brew, yeah, a little toasty maybe for some regular. I don't think there's a Starbucks in Winsboro. I'm not sure what'll be open in Winsboro by the time we get out of here. Carson, yeah, Duke's in Mount Vernon. Carson Crosby now up. He's a left fielder, sophomore for the Bears, hitting from the right side. Big swing and a miss. And Luke Flanagan gets ahead now 0-1. And that one a little off speed, but, man, it falls right in there where he wanted it. 2 strikes now, and strike number 3, Flanagan gets the first man out swinging here to start the 4th. And Buck Anderson yells out to everybody, 1 down. Remind everybody what their role is. Hard hit now to Hunter Rose in center field. He slides over under that one. And quickly retires number 20, Lincoln Burton. He is the opposing center fielder. So center fielder making a play on center fielder. And I tell you, Burton hit first base and hit it kind of funky, and he came up with a little bit of a limp as he went back over toward the dugout. So it'll be interesting to see if he comes back out for the Bears.
Well, with Flanagan's velocity, Rose was shading the last batter on the left side and had to cover a lot of ground to get that fly out.
And to turn on the Jets a little bit. Snyder now the catcher in for the Bears. Fouls that one off. That'll leaving the count out now at 1 ball and 1 strike.
Rose doing the same with Snyder.
And Flanagan puts this one right in, and boy, Snyder mouthing at the umpire, and as much as he turns around to look at the crowd, I sure wouldn't do that if I'm a batter. Snyder swings at that one. It'll be strike 3. Luke Flanagan makes short work of the Bears here in the bottom of 4, and we'll head to the top of the 5th. Pleasant Grove leads it 5-0. We'll take a break. You're watching Pleasant Grove Hawk Baseball on Texarkana Game Day.
Meet Tony Langford Roofing, your trusted name in roofing solutions. Decades of experience and top-notch service. Passionate about your home safety, we treat every roof like our own. From repairs to full installations, we've got your home covered. Upgrade your roof with our variety of styles and materials. For roofs that last long, choose Tony Langford Roofing. We've got you covered.
Texline Card House, where the stakes are high and the cards are hotter than ever. Here at Texline Card House, we deal in excitement, strategy, and unforgettable moments. Whether you're a seasoned pro or a first-timer, our tables cater to every level of skill and ambition. Join the Poker Revolution, where every hand can be your winning hand. Get in on the action. Come see us at pokeratlas.com for all of our updates and experience the game like never before. Texline Card House is the best little poker house in Texas.
Welcome back here to Winsboro. We head to the top of the 5th, and the Bears have a new man on the bump. It's number 3, Carson Crosby. He was the left fielder. I think number 8, Harley Peacock, has taken his place out there in the field. Peacock was the designated hitter. Spencer Browning man, the man at the hot corner for the Hawks, steps in. He looks at strike 1. That one on the outside corner.
Yeah, Crosby's coming in. He's only pitched 13 innings so far this season. So Brownsboro will still Still hanging on to Childers being able to pitch possibly if a third game is required.
Browning hit shallow to center field, and the second baseman, Bobby Dobbs, able to slide under it and pull that one in. And it'll be one away here in the top of the fifth. Next up, number 24, Cade Martin, is the designated hitter in at this game. One away, no men on. Cade looks at ball one outside. This one a little bit down low. It'll be ball two. And he wanted to swing. You could see him with a big exhale there as he turned around. That thing just sort of fell off the table and got just a little bit too low for Crosby before it crossed the plate.
Well, he may get his pitch here.
That one will be a called strike, a little bit high. Yeah, we'll see if he gets one where he wants it. And now he calls time. Wants to take a minute to think about it. Stays in the batter's box. Now we're all set and ready again. Outside. And the count is now 3-1. And, well, all right. Okay, there we go. I was like, I thought it was 3-1. Now we sit him on down there. I'm not really sure what, a bit of confusion going on there.
Yeah, Martin just continues to be very, very good at drawing those walks. Had one in the first game as well, and keeps adding on it to keep that team lead in walks.
Stepping in now, the center fielder, Hunter Rose. He bats from the left side. This one will be fouled back over the spectators on the third base side. He's down 0-1. Hunter with a couple of hard hit balls tonight. Base on balls a few times in the first game. This one, a little looping curveball right down the middle. And we strike two. Rose fouls this one off to right field. Got ahead of it that one just a little bit. And I'll tell you, Crosby, nothing he's thrown has been flat. Everything has quite a bit of movement to it. I'm not sure I've seen just a straight rear back and throw it fastball from him. That thing has just a little bit of a tail to it. That one was probably it, just a little bit high.
A little two-seamer outside and about neck high.
1-2 now to Hunter Rose. Gets under this one. It's in the air, and the first baseman will have a chance for it once again. And it's an out. And I don't know what they're trying to say. I think they're going to check on him and make sure that he's okay. He kind of tripped over Cade Martin. Cade didn't move. He was standing right on first base where he was supposed to be. And that time, Leland Morgan is able to make the catch. And so there's two away now as Buck Anderson steps in. for Pleasant Grove. He's batting from the right side. One man on is Cade Martin. He stands on first. This ball up high for ball one.
Yeah, he's yet to get any of his fastballs down in the zone.
And that may be by design.
There's one.
That one was right there where it needed to be, and Buck might wish he has another chance at one like that. 1-1 now. Now the breeze blowing a little bit toward left center, but you can see the flag out there in center field. Decent amount of motion on it. You can feel a little bit of the breeze up here where we are now. Still a big crowd. I think doubleheader has everybody a little bit tired in the stands because they're a lot quieter now than they were in the first game. 1-1 the count now to Buck Anderson. Little curveball down the middle, and it's 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. Inside, and they call it strike three, just inside on the inside corner, and that's the way the top of the fifth will end. The score, Pleasant Grove 5, Brownsboro 0. We'll take a break. You're watching Pleasant Grove Hawk Baseball on Texarkana Game Day. All right, welcome back here as we get ready to move into the bottom of the fifth. Pleasant Grove leading it 5-0. First baseman number 1, Leland Morgan, stepping into the box now for the Bears. Pleasant Grove won the first game tonight 11-1. So far tonight in the second game, up 5-0. Here in the fifth, and a big strike one from Luke Flanagan. This one just a little bit outside for ball one. It gets beside Buck Anderson. Strike two. Right down the middle, right in the bottom of the strike zone.
Yeah, Flanagan's already got 5 strikeouts tonight.
Going outside, Buck set up on the outside, and that's where Luke threw it. May try to get him to set up just a little bit further inside this next time. Little looping overhand throw. Picked up by Halter at short. Cross to Ty Boozer. And there's one away here in the bottom of the fifth as Leland Morgan is thrown out at first base. That ball took a little bit to get over there to Halter. He put a little zip on it, getting it over to Boozer. Halter pitched most of game one tonight for Pleasant Grove. Not sure where that one was off for Flanagan, but it is 1-0. Shot here to second base. Brenton Clark scoops it up there over to Boozer. 2 batters, 2 outs. One from the shortstop, one from second base. And now next up is number 13, Bobby Dobbs. He's the sophomore second baseman for the Bears. And big swing and a miss.
He has
strike one.
He has gone down looking his first 2 at-bats.
This one, a shot. Halter bobbles it at shortstop. Looked like it was going to get to him in the air. Took a funky little bounce, and Halter unable to do anything with it. And you can hear Coach Fincher yelling out from his side, okay, let it go, next play. Get out of your head, and here we go. And so now Hudson Childers, he is the leadoff man playing shortstop for them tonight. The senior. Boy, Flanagan works Dobbs back to first, and boy, that was close. Trying to get him out. Deep hit toward left. Jace Elrod gets under it. One swing for Childers, and that'll retire the side. We're through 5 innings here in Winsboro. Pleasant Grove leads it 5-0. We'll take a break and come back for the top of the 6th. You're watching Pleasant Grove Hawk Baseball on Texarkana Game Day.
My name is Doug Willett. I own M&M Tire and Auto Center. We've been here for over 40 years. We're just a mom and pop place. We service any type of vehicle that you can think of. We do front end alignments. We've got the best front end alignment machine guys here. And we also do AC work for the new Freon, which is the 1234 FY. We do that too. Plus tires. Now that's the major thing. Cooper Tire employees, we're really special with them. We give you 15% off, plus also you get your Goodyear employee refunds back on your tires, which is great for you. Extra value is what you get when you buy from Doug Willett. Don't worry, my guys will take care of you too.
Welcome back here to Winsboro. The 7, 8, 9 hitters due up for Pleasant Grove. Walker Wright, Jace Elrod, and Ty Boozer, the man on the hill for the Brownsboro Bears, is number 3, Carson Crosby.
Yeah, Bears wanting a 1-2-3 inning and then allow them to get up and try to put some runs on the board.
Hawks would like to score 5 and head back to Texarkana. Walker Wright foul off the first pitch. Over the stands on the right field side. And it'll be 0-1. This one up high, kind of got away from Crosby a little bit to even the count.
So Walker's got a single and a sacrifice fly out this evening.
And that one just a little bit high, right down the middle. And that fastball for Crosby so far tonight, he's been unable to locate in the strike zone. Got that one in there, just down enough to count. And the count now 2-2. Wright hits this one to right field as it tails away. If the right fielder able to get under it, that's Carson Dingler. And he pulls that one in, and there's one away here for the Hawks in the top of the 6th. Jace Elrod, the left fielder, is now up, and he tried to take Ty Boozer out with the bat when he threw it back toward the dugout.
That was the first batter of an inning that did not get on first base for Pleasant Grove tonight.
Well, all the way in the 6th. Elrod looks at strike one right down the middle. Elrod looking to get some offense going, rather. For the Hawks here in the sixth. Jumped out to an early lead, 4-0 in the first. Scored again in the fourth to make it 5-0. Now here are the Hawks in the top of the sixth, nursing a 5-run lead. Hard hit ball down the right field side, foul. Goes into the corner up against the pitching screen.
Yeah, good connection there by Jace. Just needs to straighten it out just a tad.
And the count's now 2-2. This one hit towards center field. Center fielder on his horse trying to get on it. He cannot. Ball goes all the way to the wall. Elrod turning 2, trying to get to 3. And there won't be a play there as he slides into third. It's a triple for Jace Elrod, the left fielder.
That is his 5th triple of the season.
Puts a shot on the ball, and Elrod rounded the bases with some speed. And he wasn't slowing down to second base. I'm not sure if he even took the time to see the call. He knew he was trying to get to third, and now Ty Boozer, the number 9 man in the lineup, steps into the batter's box.
Looking for his 2nd RBI of the night.
He has a man 90 feet away. Swing and a miss at strike 1 now for Boozer. See, Billy Lavender jumped on the stream and is watching. We'll let him know that all windshields have stayed safe tonight. He'll be happy to know. 0-2 now the count to Boozer. This one low and outside for ball 1. Jace Elrod stands on third for the Hawks, trying to extend this lead here in the top of the 6th. And Boozer looks at ball 2, and boy, Jay, that one would have been hard for me to look at. It was just a little bit inside and low. And now the count's 2-2.
All right, taking a few small steps towards home plate.
You know, the catcher and the pitcher trying to make sure that everything is on the same page. They don't allow something to get by them. Let a cheap run in. And that one is low and outside. But the catcher, Snyder, does a good job to keep it in front of him. He's had a lot of those plays tonight where he's done a good job to keep that ball out in front of him. Snyder is a sophomore back there behind the plate for the Bears. And that's going to be strike 3 as Ty Boozer looks at that one on the outside corner. And so now with 2 outs, Brenton Clark, the leadoff batter, back up to bat for the Hawks. There is a man on third. Jace Elrod stands 90 feet away. Clark with a chance for an RBI here. Little short hopper to third. Not a hopper, rather, just a little blooper to third. Dante Wright able to get under it. And that'll end the inning. The Bears down to their final 6 outs. The Hawks trying to keep it rolling as we head to the bottom of the 6th. We'll take a break. You're watching Pleasant Grove Hawk Baseball on Texarkana Game Day.
We are excited to announce here at Texarkana Emergency Center and Hospital that we have expanded our capabilities to better serve our community. As a hospital, we have the capability for inpatient services. After your outstanding emergency care, we can smoothly transition you into one of our new inpatient rooms that have telemetry monitors in every room to continue your concierge medicine care. While our patients continue receiving their care in their inpatient suites, we also make sure that your loved ones are taken care of with our outstanding facilities. Our added services include a procedure room and also the capability of MRIs. With our imaging, we are able to offer outpatient, inpatient, and emergency room, MRI, CT, ultrasound, and X-ray. We are honored by your support and look forward to serving all your future medical needs.
All right, welcome back here to Winsboro. You're looking at Walker Wright getting warmed up there on the mound for the Hawks. He moves in from right field to take the bump. Luke Flanagan pitched 5 innings of shutout baseball. He did what Coach asked him to do tonight. Now Walker Wright coming into relief. Landon West will move out into right field to replace Wright. He played that position the entire first game and plays that most of the time during the season. So now stepping into the box is Harley Peacock, and he is batting from the right side now. So he batted from the left earlier. He's a freshman, started off at DH, now he's out at left field, but he's batted left-handed all night. Now he's on the right side, and it's 1-0. Little chopper. Back over to Jarrett Halter at short, fires to Boozer for the first out. That's a good play by Halter there on a ball that was a little funky bounce coming toward him there at short.
Up to bat number 7, Carson.
Yep. One away quickly here in the bottom of the 6th.
Yeah, Walker Wright's one of those pitchers that has more strikeouts than innings pitched, and he comes in with 34 strikeouts so far with a 2.76 ERA. Good curveball there for a strike.
It's the right fielder Carson Dingler in the box now for the Bears. Strike 2, got that one on the outside corner, and Walker Wright with a little pop on that one. Buck Anderson back behind the plate for the Hawks. This one inside. Just a little bit. 1-2. And check swing by Dingler, and they appeal to the first base umpire, and he says he did not go. And so it's 2-2. I thought that one might be a strike the old-fashioned way anyway. But now we're at a full count. That one a little bit high and outside. And Dingler has worked an 0-2 hole into a full count. Walker Wright gets him with a swing and a miss, though. Strike out. And that's out number 2 here in the bottom of the 6th. Now number 3, Carson Crosby steps in. And he's the man on the mound right now for the Bears. Big swing and a miss, and it's 1-1. As Walker Wright, the sophomore for the Hawks, dealing out there from the mound. Strike number 2, swing and a miss as Walker gets him twisted up. That ball curving inside.
Yeah, we just had NJCAA Player of the Week Brock Bearden log in to watch the end of this game. Congratulations to him on getting that accolade where he had 4 home runs and 15 RBIs in 1 week.
Great job. And he
for
is
the Rough Riders.
In just in time to see Walker Wright get another strikeout and in the bottom of the 6th. We go to the top of 7. Pleasant Grove leading at 5-0. We'll take a break. You're watching Pleasant Grove Hawk Baseball on Texarkana Game Day.
Life is busy, and we get it. The State Bank mobile app was designed to make banking more convenient for you. Check account activity, make transfers, pay bills, and manage your debit card in a snap. You can deposit checks from the convenience of your home or wherever life lands you. The State Bank app lets you organize your accounts, manage alerts, and easily email our customer service experts. Now that you have State Bank at your fingertips, you can spend more time doing what's important to you.
Your family, your bank, State Bank.
All right, well, welcome back here. Top of the 7th. And we got a new man on the mound for Brownsboro. It's going to be number 8, Harley Peacock, the freshman. And so he has been a DH tonight. He's played left field. And now he gets the call here on the mound.
This
sure who's out there in left field for them.
Yeah, this will be his 5th inning to pitch this year.
Wow.
So Brownsboro still holding out for a few runs to pull this one off so that they can bring in one of their
that's what
horses.
I'm thinking
into the
either
next
that
game.
or maybe that thing on his right knee is something where he just can't quite throw. Not quite sure. Jared Halter steps in now, the shortstop for the Hawks. He looks at strike one. Just on the outside corner from Peacock. Strike two. That one nearly in the same spot. Jarrett kind of took a good long look at both of those once they came past him. Maybe trying to figure out if he agreed or not. This one, though, shot right back into second. And it's going to pull the second baseman off his line enough that he does not have time to make a play. And Jarrett Halter with an infield single to start the top of what is scheduled to be the final frame of this ball game. Next up for Pleasant Grove, number 19, Spencer Browning. He's the third baseman.
He has earned 2 walks tonight and is flown out, looking for his first hit of the evening.
A little high pitch. Just gets the outside corner, and it'll be a strike. Starting to think a little bit that maybe the home plate umpire is ready to go home.
It's been a long day.
This one a ball, a little bit low and outside. 1-1 now the count. Maybe that strike zone starts to expand a little bit as fatigue comes in. Can't say I blame him completely. Browning fouls this one off. 1-2. You can tell the crowd, too. Everybody's kind of watching him. There's a lot of elbows on knees and chins in hands. Everybody been out here since about 4:30 or 5 in that setting sun. Now it's getting kind of close to bedtime. High pitch over the head of Browning. And Snyder does a good job to jump up and pull that thing down. Count evened up now at 2 apiece.
Well, regardless of the outcome, definitely wish everybody safe trips home.
Absolutely. Hard hit by Browning. Sends the left fielder out into foul territory. And it'll just be a really long foul ball. That thing nearly to the wall, but it just continued to tail off to the left. I'm not sure who that is out there in left field because that's where Harley Peacock was. 2-2 now to Spencer Browning. One man on first. And that one called a ball, maybe just a little bit high. And now we're at a full count as Jarrett Halter gets a big lead over there at first. And now a shot.
That's trouble.
From Spencer Browning. All the way to the wall. Bounces off back toward left center. Halter making the turn at third. He'll come all the way home. Spencer Browning, stand-up triple. And that's a big hit from the big third baseman. Thought that one had a chance to go. We've seen a few of those tonight, Jay, that I thought might make it out. That one hit about 3 feet up the wall, though. Bounced off one of those ribs and took a 90-degree turn towards center field. And now Cade Martin steps in. No outs. And Spencer Browning 90 feet away from an extra run. Shot right to the shortstop. And Hudson Childers able to pull that one in. And Cade Martin, a little tip of the hat toward that way, and Browning gets back to third.
Yeah, Martin's going back to the dugout, had a little smile on his.
Yeah, he knew he put a shot on that one. Childers did a good job to jump up and pull that one down. Hunter Rose now steps in from the left side, looks at strike one at the knees. Rose turns around on the ball. It'll be foul over to the right side.
Coach Perlman wisely decides to pull that hand right back out.
Yeah. Perlman says, I don't believe I want anything to do with that. 0-2 now. The sophomore Rose facing the freshman Peacock. This one low and in the dirt. 1-2 now. Hunter Rose, a couple of great catches out in center field tonight to help hold these Brownsboro teams way down in scoring. This one outside, 2-2.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Brownsboro has coming up, but they've got at least 7 starters for next year, and Peacock's looking pretty good on the mound.
Yeah, that's what I say. And he's a freshman. I mean, I don't think the cover's bare out there. And so, again, their coach talked about he is retiring at the end of this year. And so I'm not sure if he's got an assistant that's going to take that thing over or somebody coming in from outside, but I do think they'll have some kids that at least have some experience playing varsity baseball. Full count now inside, and Hunter Rose is going to take a walk down to first base. And so the Hawks have men on the corners for the catcher, Buck Anderson.
Now for that, number 23, Buck Anderson.
Buck Anderson's overdue for a home run. Let's see him do something here.
And with Rose's speed, I'm just wondering if maybe they don't try to get him to second base these first couple of pitches.
At least try to get in that pickle situation that they ran a little bit earlier. The pitch now from Peacock. Anderson fouls it straight back over the net. And it's 0-1. Anderson to the shortstop. He gets it to second. Over to first. Safe. Another run will cross for the Hawks. It'll be 7-0 as Spencer Browning comes in to score, and Buck Anderson able to beat the throw. Now we got a pinch hitter coming in. This is number 7, Christian May. So he's batting in the lineup where Walker Wright was. Wright, of course, is in and pitching now, so we wondered how that would go.
Out to bat, number 7, Christian May.
And so the Hawks with a man on first. Buck Anderson will be pinch run for by number 3, that looks like out there. I don't have him on my roster. Must be one of our new young cats out there. Landon Fincher, okay. So Landon out there getting some base pass time. Ball low and inside, called strike against Christian May here.
A little delay on the call, but called otherwise.
2 outs here in the top of the 7th. The Hawks lead it 7-0. And Peacock fires over to first, try to keep Fincher there. Fincher again in running in the spot for Buck Anderson, who had an RBI and got on first. This ball gets past the catcher, and Fincher will be in to second. And that's really one of the first times we've seen a ball get by Snyder this evening. And so now May steps into the box 1-1 with a man in scoring position. Ball outside. Catcher tried his best to frame that one and maybe plead his case. But just a little bit too far outside. 2-1 now. This ball fouled off behind the third base dugout. 2-2. Christian May, who started game 1 on third base, had someone DH for him, now DHing in place of Walker Wright. Hits this one, floating into foul territory. Left fielder unable to get over to it as it continued to carry left, and May able to put the bat on the ball. Last couple of times just a little bit behind as they float off to the left. Count still 2-2. Fincher gets a big lead at second. This ball inside. May has to dodge it to keep from getting hit, and now we're at a full count. Good at bat here by May. Keeps battling, knocking off balls, hitting them foul. Now he's worked it into a full count. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And that'll be the third out, and we are in the final half inning. The Hawks 3 outs away from advancing to the second round of the playoffs. They lead 7-0. We'll come back for the finale. You're watching Pleasant Grove Hawk Baseball on Texarkana Game Day.
Whether you're looking for a new or pre-owned car, truck, or SUV, or maybe a new or pre-owned boat or RV, care for a car wash, had a fender bender, or you need service on your vehicle, boat, or RV, we have it all when you let us exceed your expectations at Greg Orr Auto, Marine, and RV in Shreveport, Texarkana, and Ashdown. Shop hassle-free and always be treated like family while choosing from our sensational selection. In Shreveport, visit Orr Acura, or BMW, or Cadillac, or Infiniti, and the Greg Orr Pre-Owned Supercenter. In Texarkana, Mercedes-Benz of Texarkana, Classic Buick GMC, Classic Cadillac, Classic Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Classic Kia, Classic Mazda, Classic Pre-Owned, The Classic Car Wash, Greg Orr Marine and RV, Greg Orr Collision, and Classic Chevrolet in Ashdown. Or visit GregOrAuto.com.
Welcome back here to Winsboro as we head into the bottom of the 7th. Pleasant Grove leading it 7-0 over Brownsboro in a decisive Game 2. Walker Wright on the mound for the Hawks. Ball a little low and outside. And it'll be ball 1 to number 20, Lincoln Burton, the junior center fielder for the Bears. This one right down the middle. Evens the count at 1-1. 3 outs here, and the Hawks are on to round 2 of the playoffs. Once again, I want to say congratulations to Liberty Ilo. They win in walk-off fashion tonight. They're up 1-0. They'll have 2 games coming up on Friday versus Chapel Hill. Walker right now has Burton 2-2. Texas High suffered a 1-0 defeat tonight. They have to win 2 to keep their season going. Halter fields the chopper from Burton. Fires it over to first to Ty Boozer. And there's 1 away. Good play by the junior shortstop, Jared Halter.
Yeah, good throw to first base on a fast runner, but able to get that out of the glove and over to first in time.
Hunter Schneider now, the sophomore catcher, steps in for the Bears. He looks at ball 1 up high.
He flied out in the first inning and then struck out his second at bat. Looking to try to get on base his 3rd time up tonight.
Ball 2 now. In the same place from right. This one, ball 3, a little bit low and outside. Bounces off of Buck's shoe out there. And now Walker right in a hole 3-0. Big swing and a miss. As that one falls right off the table, and Hunter Schneider tried to tee off on it. That one low, and now Snyder will take a base. And the Bears have 1 man on, and the big number 1, Leland Morgan, big tall first baseman, steps into the box. The Hawks scored 4 in the first, 1 in the 4th, and 2 in the 7th.
Good looking pitch for strike 1 on Morgan.
Morgan with a little seeing eye shot just past the shortstop Halter. Chase Elrod scoops it up in left field. And now the Bears with a man on first and second. And Buck Anderson goes out to make sure he and Walker are on the same page with what Coach wants them to do.
Yeah, Wright walked his first time at bat and then grounded out, looking for his first hit of the evening.
Dante Wright now steps in for the Bears, batting from the left side. He is the 8-hole hitter. Wright gets the call there. It's on the outside corner, kind of in the bottom of the zone, 1-1. That one a little bit higher, but still on that outside corner. And now Walker works ahead in the count, 1-2. Strike 3. Big strikeout there by Walker Wright with 2 men on base. And now the Hawks 1 out away from taking this thing to round 2. In steps the 9-hole hitter, number 13, the second baseman, Bobby Dobbs. He fouls the first one back to the net.
Yeah, his first at bat, he struck out looking and then reached first base on an error in his second at bat.
Looks at high and outside for ball 1. One and 1 the count now to the sophomore Dobbs. Strike 2, big swing and a miss. And Walker Wright has the Hawks a strike away. And there it is, swing and a miss, ball game. Pleasant Grove wins it 7-0. Game 1, 11-1 in favor of the Hawks. Game 2, 7-0. Pleasant Grove will move on to round 2 as they defeat the Brownsboro Bears here in Winsboro.
Yeah, great night of scoring for the Pleasant Grove Hawks, and continue their ways that they had going in district, where they just scored a ton of runs against their opponents. So Pleasant Grove ends up scoring 18 today and only allowing 1 in this first playoff series. And so we'll get to wait and see who Pleasant Grove picks up for the next round, and wishing Liberty Ilo and Texas High wins with their next games, and for Texas High wins in the next 2 to get them out of this level of the playoffs. But outside of that, a good night of baseball for the Pleasant Grove Hawks, where they continue their playoff run and get into the second round this season.
Keep up with us on PG Athletics as well as here on Texarkana Game Day. We'll give you all the information for the round 2 games. That's going to do it for us here in Winsboro. The Hawks win 2 in a row to advance on to the second round. For our producers, Zach Doty, Jay Davis, I'm Matt Fry. Thanks for joining us tonight. This has been a Pleasant Grove Hawks baseball presented by Texarkana Game Day. Be safe. God bless.